Most gardeners spend hours pulling weeds out of their yards, tossing them aside without a second thought. But here's the shocking truth. Some of the very pests you've been fighting against are worth more than the gourmet greens you see in health food stores. These wild plants, often labeled as nuisances, are packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that rival or even surpass trendy superfoods. Instead of battling them, you could be harvesting a hidden crop of nutrient-rich food that grows for free, without fertilizers, without special care, and without a single trip to the grocery store. Let's explore 6 of the most common backyard weeds that are secretly superfoods, and how you can turn them into powerhouse ingredients right from your garden. Purslane is a powerhouse of omega-3s. Purslane is one of the most overlooked plants in the world of nutrition. With its small, succulent leaves and reddish stems, many gardeners dismiss it as just another ground cover. But purslane is actually loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, more than many fish oils, and has been a staple in traditional diets across Asia and the Mediterranean. A single cup of fresh purslane provides more potassium than a banana, and it's also rich in magnesium, calcium, and vitamin A. You can eat purslane raw in salads for a lemony crunch, sauté it lightly in olive oil, or add it to soups and stews. If you want to preserve it, try pickling purslane stems with vinegar, water, and a pinch of salt. Purslane doesn't just belong in your compost pile, it belongs on your plate. Dandelion greens are, honestly, a natural detox food. Everyone recognizes dandelions for their bright yellow flowers and fluffy seed heads, but, few realize that the entire plant is edible. The leaves, in particular, are a nutritional powerhouse, packed with iron, calcium, potassium, and vitamin K. More impressively, dandelion leaves contain compounds that support liver health, aid digestion, and naturally detoxify the body. The best time to harvest dandelion greens is early spring, before the flowers bloom when the leaves are tender and less bitter. You can toss them into salads, sauté them with garlic, or blend them into green smoothies. The roots, roasted and ground, even make a coffee substitute. While most gardeners wage war on dandelions, those who know better see them as one of nature's most generous gifts. Chickweed is the gardener's secret spinach. Chickweed often grows in cool, shaded patches, spreading across garden beds like a soft carpet. While many see it as a nuisance, it's actually an edible green that rivals spinach in nutrition. Chickweed is rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, and iron, making it a valuable addition to any diet. Herbalists have also long used chickweed as a soothing remedy for skin irritation and inflammation. The tender leaves and stems are best eaten raw, where their mild, slightly sweet flavor really shines. You can also cook them briefly in soups or stir-fries, though they wilt quickly, kind of like spinach. For a simple spring tonic, just blend a handful of fresh chickweed leaves with 250 milliliters of water, 1 teaspoon of honey, and a squeeze of lemon for a refreshing green drink that's both energizing and cleansing. Lamb's quarters are a forgotten supergreen. Sometimes called wild spinach, lamb's quarters thrive in disturbed soil and often spring up right next to cultivated crops. But unlike weeds that rob nutrients from the soil, lamb's quarters give back to anyone willing to eat them. Nutritionally, they really outshine many supermarket greens with high levels of vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and manganese. You can harvest the young leaves and cook them just like spinach. They're excellent steamed, sautéed, or added to soups. If you want to store them for later, blanch the leaves in boiling water for 2 minutes, then plunge them into cold water and freeze. A simple recipe is to simmer 2 cups of lamb's quarters in 500 milliliters of water with a pinch of salt for 10 minutes. Then blend into a smooth, nutrient-rich soup. This weed could easily stand on its own as a gourmet vegetable. Plantain leaves are a survival food and medicine. Not to be confused with the tropical fruit, plantain weeds grow low to the ground with broad ribbed leaves that are common in lawns, driveways, and compacted soil. While often stepped on or mowed down, plantain is both edible and medicinal. The young leaves are rich in calcium, iron, and vitamin K, and they can be eaten raw or cooked. Beyond nutrition, plantain has been used for centuries as a natural remedy for insect bites, cuts, and stings. Crushing a fresh leaf and applying it directly to the skin helps reduce swelling and itching. In the kitchen, plantain leaves can be steamed like kale or blended into green smoothies. A simple infusion of plantain tea made by steeping 5 fresh leaves in 250 milliliters of hot water for 10 minutes offers a mild, earthy drink with healing properties. Nettles are nature's multivitamin. Stinging nettles might be the last plant you'd want to touch with your bare hands, but behind those tiny hairs lies one of the most nutrient-dense greens in the natural world. Nettles are loaded with iron, calcium, magnesium, and vitamins A, C, and K. They also contain protein, making them a surprisingly filling wild green. Cooking neutralizes the sting, and nettles can be used just like spinach in soups, stir-fries, and teas. A traditional recipe is nettle tea. Simmer 1 cup of fresh nettle leaves in 500 milliliters of water for 15 minutes. Strain and enjoy. The tea is earthy, nourishing, and often used to support joint health and boost energy levels. If you're harvesting nettles, be sure to wear gloves and pick the young, tender leaves before the plant flowers. The next time you bend down to pull weeds, remember that some of them are more than just stubborn plants. They're free, nutrient-packed superfoods waiting to be harvested. Purslane brings omega-3s, dandelion greens cleanse the body, chickweed offers gentle nutrition, lamb's quarters act as wild spinach, plantain leaves double as food and medicine, and nettles provide a multivitamin straight from the earth. These are not weeds to be thrown away, but resources to be embraced. Gardening isn't just about what you plant. It's about recognizing the hidden abundance already thriving in your soil. If you've learned something new today and want more tips on turning your garden into a source of health and vitality, make sure to subscribe to Crop Corner and share this video with friends. You might just inspire someone else to see their weeds in a whole new way.